Hello, and welcome back to Forged by Geeks playing Pandemic Legacy Season 2. As we mentioned last week, these videos are exclusive to our Patreon backers for 1 week. If you'd like to support us, that's $1 at patreon.com. Good to go here. We've got some new pens that should actually be able to write on the stuff. And for today, we've got some rationed events. We've got... That's not showing up very well, but that's One Quiet Night. We have drastic measures.
Yeah, because green.
Yes. We have extended forecast. So it's amazing. Green screens cut out green text. We have resilient population. And then we have airlift. And we have data transfer. So that's what we'll be working with today. That's 2 up from when we failed the last time. In addition, one of our YouTube viewers let us know that we kind of fucked up a little bit last game. It wasn't huge, but it probably did make a difference.
There goes your heads.
What? Always. What was it? We did not realize that the number on the cities... The population number on the cities only plays for the cards in the deck that Rico's shuffling right now. There's produce cards. That number only applies when you use a production card. If players are using the deliver supplies action that's available on their various actions cards, you can actually deliver in excess of that number. So when we were having troubles with like London and Lagos, we could have just dumped a crap ton in there. And that would have been nice. Okay, so to start out, speaking of that, there's one of the cards I was talking about. The Produce Supplies card.
And for initial placement also.
Yes. For initial placement, well, we did that for initial placement. We did overload.
Well, that's one of the rules, though, that for the number.
Oh, yeah, correct. The number does not apply to initial placement or to...
The number does apply to initial placement.
No, it does not. It only applies to production.
Are you sure about
yes.
that?
Yeah. Oh, I got London.
It says you can place any number of supply cubes, including 0 on each location.
Yep.
So when we're placing the initial stockpile, perhaps we don't place any on the havens.
That's a possibility, but the havens are a way of routing to them quick.
Right, but if we know where we want them to be, we can just place them there and then go load the havens later. Because plague cubes can't get to the havens until there's an outbreak.
Okay.
They have to spread from a city. So there's no reason to protect the havens with supply cubes at the beginning of the game.
Right. And I am blue, and I am forced to start in Center Haven.
What are these?
That's your hand.
Okay.
Rico, where do you start?
I think I start north, but we gotta figure out who's going first.
Oh, right. Little details. Oh. Okay. So, we've got, it looks like Rico's going first.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy, where do you start?
Medhaven.
So we've got 2 over in Med, 1 in South. And I believe Rico and Nicole swapped their characters for this game.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So why did we do that again?
Because she can load me up with cubes, and if I'm in a supply center... Damn screen. If I'm in a supply center, I can just dish a card to go right to a city.
Ah.
So she can load me up, and I can directly port
and
to
drop them all.
Troubled City and drop them all off.
That'll be nice.
Whereas if it was vice versa,
it's got to go all the way
2 people
around.
before that happened.
So it was not as efficient as we could be. Okay, so Jeremy, you look like you've got Washington and Cairo. So, how you looking?
Got to produce and Istanbul.
Whoa, that's not good.
No.
You have a produce and a what?
A produce.
You have 2 produces. Oh.
Yes. So we've got 4 of our production cards. Apparently, I'm not allowed to touch that deck anymore.
All right, so we have to place supplies then effect, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So, where do we want to load up?
We'll just do 3 on each and see what's left
Yeah.
over.
Okay, sounds good, except for the havens, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. There goes more ads. We like to laugh that because we curse so much on stream, that's why we keep getting fucked on ads.
Oh. Was that intentional?
So we got,
Yes.
Okay.
So we got 9 left. How many
It's 9
cities we got?
left. So
I don't want to like put any into Medhaven at least, because I might as well just drop this damn produce supplies card and just.
yeah, that's a good idea.
I can
mean,
do the same in...
let's hit the extremities, like the one way in the south and the one way in the north.
Oh, yeah. And then actually go to 4 on each.
Because, yeah, the stuff that's harder to get to should have more cubes to start with.
How many do we infect?
9, right?
Yes.
Jacksonville.
Okay, so how do we infect? Just remove 1 cube?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Eee. Cairo. London. New York. Another Jacksonville.
Okay.
Lagos. Tripoli.
Which one's that? That's Istanbul.
Sao Paulo.
Is that enough?
That is 8.
5.
Okay, 1 more.
London.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
So London and Jacksonville are going to be problem spots, at least to start.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff.
Alright. So, let's see.
Oh, we also forgot to tear up this card after last session. Or at
That was from the prologue game.
No, wait!
Wouldn't be the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Worst was when I stuck stickers to a map
Hmm.
that weren't supposed to be stuck to the map.
Whoops.
Alright, so it is my turn, correct?
Yes, you
Let's-
go first.
Let's figure out a game plan. So,
Well, we need, what's our objectives? Let's
Uh,
go over that again.
Recon, and then build 3 supply centers.
alright, so blue cards are gold.
And we
um,
need to build the supply center there in
right.
order to recon.
Correct. At least one of the 3 has to be there.
At the same time, we need to be holding off, what's up in the north there?
London.
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 And if we're really, really skilled,
Mm-hmm.
if we can get a supply center in Sao Paulo, we could, and if things were going well for us, we get a supply center in Sao Paulo, and the other 2 supply centers down, we recon Sao Paulo before reconning this, it sets us ahead of the curve.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
essential,
I don't
but
think
just,
we're gonna
yeah,
be
we
able
still
to
Do we still need 3 centers?
Yes.
yes, we still need 3 centers.
Period.
Okay. So putting a center down south.
So we have to start by putting a supply center in Washington.
Yeah, we can't do it in London because that'd be too many blue cards.
No, we
Yeah.
can't put it. Yeah, so we can't put one in London, but we have to have a supply center here, otherwise we can't recon.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's what, 9? How many blue location cards are there in the deck?
9.
9.
Which means, like, I just don't understand this game in some ways.
Well, but I can do it for 1 less card.
It's still, like,
Well,
really
I'm
brutal.
assuming once we open up areas, they're
Yeah.
gonna put more cards in.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
betting too.
It's just right now, like,
So-
reconning this location feels a little bit too hard in some ways.
It's 8 cards to do it by default.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to spend action and dump 3 supplies into North Haven.
Okay, it dumps to the limit, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so mine won't be as effective in Center Haven.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, Center Haven.
Yeah, he's very loud sometimes.
For my second action, I'm going to pick up all 3 cubes,
Okay.
because that's a free action. Don't mind.
Oh yes, picking up is free.
And for my second action, I will move to London. For action number 3, I will make supplies,
That gives you 1, correct?
Surprise.
and I can drop off 4 automatically, because I can do a free deliver supply.
Oh right. Nice.
And
Alright.
for my fourth action, going back there.
Nice.
Sweet. So now you get 2 cards.
Got the draw, look at, and rearrange the top 8 cards of the infection deck, put them back on top, and send Paulo.
Nice. And now we do 2 infections, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Tripoli.
Tripoli.
Oof.
Istanbul.
That's the first from there.
Okay.
Your turn, sir.
All right. Where should I there's no real good place for me to pick up cubes.
No.
But I can position myself to drop cubes in some remote location. So I can head down to Sao Paulo.
I'm more worried about Tripoli. It's
Okay.
been hit twice already.
I can hang out in Tripoli. I can produce twice and then drop.
Possibly.
That's one step to Tripoli, right?
Yes.
And then you might, I don't know if hanging out in Cairo is useful to hand off your card to anybody or anything.
But we don't really.
I don't think we're in position
Nobody
to.
else.
Yeah, we're not
is-
in position for that yet.
Yeah, we don't have enough city
So-
cards.
Right now, I just want to fortify places that we know are going to get hit.
That's
So,
a good call.
I can move down to, where is that again?
Tripoli.
Tripoli. I can make 2 supplies and then drop them both off,
Okay. That actually fortifies it a nice
Yep.
little bit.
and then I'll draw 2 cards. 1, Istanbul, and 1, Quiet Night.
Oh, that's a good card. I like
Nice.
that card.
Okay, now what's my max hand size again?
7.
7. All right, good.
And if you ever draw up to 8, you immediately have to get rid of a card or play one.
Sao Paulo.
And Cairo. Someone get down to Sao Paulo.
Well, Jacksonville and Sao Paulo are both problems.
Right.
Hence the problem. Okay. Let's see. I'm only going to get 2 cubes out of Center Haven if I produce there.
We do have a 1 Quiet Night, so if there is a
Yeah.
epidemic, we're okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I can only produce 2 here. Does that seem worthwhile?
Freeze up a card in your hand. That's 2 more you
And
didn't have
produce-
before.
Yeah.
Produce only works at Haven.
Yes.
No,
Or
you
supply
can
center,
supply center.
which is a moot point currently.
Yes.
Right now, yes, only a supply.
Yes, only at
Only
a
a
Haven.
Haven.
All right.
Okay, so I will play my produce for 2 cubes. And then I'll immediately just pick them up as the free action. So that was 1 action. I assume playing the card is an action, right?
Correct. It tells you on the card.
Oh, it does.
For an action.
Okay. Then I'm going to go that second action. And third and fourth, I'm just going to grab 2 more cubes.
Okay.
All right. So, 2 player cards.
2 player cards.
Oh, thank you. That gets me a second London and a Lagos.
Washington. Just done.
Okay. My first, I'm going to produce supplies at Medhaven for 3.
Okay, gonna pick them right up, I assume.
Just want to do it again. Oh no, we only got 2 cubes left.
Well, yeah, and I don't think. Oh, yeah, that's a good
Alright.
point. I could do it twice.
How many blues are on the table? I have 1.
I have 0.
I have
So it doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
though. The blues right now don't matter.
2. Yeah.
So that
Just-
was 1. 2. So I can either drop in Istanbul or Cairo. Do you guys have a preference?
Do you have enough actions to do both?
They both seem to have been hit the same number of times.
Yeah, so I could drop 3 in one of these, or I can drop a couple and then hand off supplies to somebody else. Or I could just drop like 1 or something.
Well, you've only taken 1 action, right? No, 2.
2 actions.
Well, I would maybe just grab another one and drop all of them.
Yeah. Like,
Or what's your character action as well?
Move supplies to
move
other people.
supplies.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
I mean, we could move some of those supplies. I don't know if we need 6 there.
That's 6 we ain't got to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
We're about to lose 2 more off of somewhere.
Yep.
Anyways, picking up's a free action. So what's the worst that happens? I pick them up and move them to Cairo.
Hopefully you get some good stuff.
New York and Cairo.
Hey, Cairo. Sweet.
Lagos. Cairo.
Ooh. Okay, so Cairo's becoming a problem child.
Yes.
Okay, Rico.
But there's no more Cairo cards in the deck, so
Correct.
we're not going to lose.
But we're probably going to get an epidemic in the next couple turns. Yes, but just noting.
It's best to not spend that if we can avoid spending it, though, because it...
That's really useful for when you have the small deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now we got a big deck going on.
Mm-hmm.
So Cairo's pretty much safe.
Well, until an epidemic.
Until an epidemic.
So I will move 2 to Washington,
Okay.
and I will make 1 supply and drop it off in Washington.
Okay. You still have 1 action, I believe?
No.
1, 2.
Oh, no,
yep,
wait, yeah, you
I
do have 1.
So how much do you need to make a supply center? 4?
I need 4 and 2 resource.
4 and 2
Everybody
resources.
else needs 8.
Then I'll
Right.
Or
do
5.
5.
I'll do the
sorry.
same thing.
So
What was that?
Throw another one out.
Okay, so you would have just done
It's only, yeah.
He would have done the other thing up front.
there's 4 on the table, so we could start talking about a supply
There's the
center.
epidemic.
Okay.
So,
That's going to be really hard to get our cards together right now, so I'm not too worried about that yet. We've got a lot we've got to do in
Istanbul.
Washington, so I'm not
Yeah.
worried about
Okay.
rushing.
Oh,
What's that?
suck.
Ba-boom.
Oh,
Alright, 1 quiet night.
I wouldn't.
I don't think
No.
so.
I wouldn't. I'd save it.
once again, we want that for the small deck if we can,
Right.
which is
Or
probably going to come
Small
next.
deck when we're pulling 3 cards.
Or we could fix the order of the top cards so that
Istanbul doesn't pull.
Istanbul doesn't get pulled.
That's more interesting.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Like,
Drop
that
Istanbul and Cairo specifically.
Like, that makes more sense to me, because, like, you know, we have such a big deck, and there's going to be cases where those epidemics hit fast and furious, and yeah. So I have a scar that I would have to move all the supplies from my character card at the stockpile every time an epidemic card is revealed, but I have no
Yeah.
supplies, so.
Okay, so what are we looking at?
Put that at the bottom.
Put that down.
Put that at the bottom. Got 2 of those.
Ooh.
Of course, this means that when they come up, they're going to hit hard, and we should be ready.
Yeah, but we can...
We can prep.
We
So
can
we
prep
got
at least.
1, 2 turns before Jacksonville will be next.
How bad?
Just 1.
Just 1?
Yeah,
That's
everything
not
else
too
is
bad.
1, but Cairo and Lagos. we
Is
need
Sao
to-
Paulo getting hit anytime soon with 2?
No.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stagger these.
Okay,
Okay.
which is hitting first of
That's a
them?
good idea.
Cairo.
So Cairo, Lagos, Cairo, Lagos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And of course, we may be looking at that second epidemic sooner rather than later.
Correct.
Okay.
Your turn, Mr.
Jeremy?
Let's see. So I don't need to worry about Tripoli yet.
Did you draw your 2 cards?
One was the epidemic.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
That always sucks because you get shafted a card.
So Tripoli was not in those cards at all.
No.
No.
So barring another epidemic, we're safe for 4 turns.
Yep. Jacksonville is next.
Jacksonville is next.
But it's only got 1 hitting right now.
Right.
Okay. But I'm probably going to run to Lagos and try to take care of Lagos next.
Okay. But I could run over to Cairo.
At least put 1 in Cairo.
Yeah.
To protect it.
Let's see. I can go to Cairo, produce 2, and then place them.
That seems good.
All right.
And then you're there to hand off a Cairo card possibly, or take one.
And then just move 2 cubes
2,
over.
3, 4 to drop them off, right?
Yep. Take your 2.
Alright, so I get a epidemic, and a ration event. Remove up to 2 plague cubes from the grid.
Jacksonville loses them
There's a
all.
typo.
And if Jacksonville... And now we won Quiet
So
Night.
now we want 1 quiet night.
Okay.
Because we know Jacksonville is going to get hit
Chirp,
twice.
chirp, chirp.
Or once more. So
Yeah.
we got to get to Jacksonville.
It still goes on the top of the card, I
Oh,
think.
yeah. It's going to get hit twice in a row.
So Jacksonville needs to be filled.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
turn.
With at least 2.
And that's my turn, right?
Yep.
Fun. Okay. How far down was Sao Paulo?
Phil was in there. It's only getting hit once.
Okay. So what I will do is I will, let's see, Drop 1 cube for my first action. Second, third action, and drop 3.
Okay.
Oh.
We had 2 epidemics. Do that track go up or not?
Oh, does it say on the epidemic thing?
No, that only happens with. This only goes up with.
Oh, yeah,
outbreaks.
if you've outbreaks, yeah.
Should grab your 2.
Yes.
Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Shock.
Okay, Nicole.
I do believe New York is next.
Okay. So we know that Istanbul isn't going to be hit anytime soon,
Correct.
but it does kind of suck leaving it unprotected. But Lagos is going to get hit.
We can remove, if there are play cubes there, I can remove them. We will get 1 incident. Or is that only on outbreaks? Is that...
No, anytime a plague cube is placed.
Yeah, we
it's
still
an
get it.
incident.
Okay. So that'd be one incident, but I can remove play cube. So if you wanted to leave it open, we just have to...
Well, we're only going to have 2 cards hit that soon.
Mhm.
And that's actually a bit down the deck.
Right.
And since we just had 2 back-to-back epidemics, we probably have at least 5 turns or so before we hit another one.
Yeah.
In any case, it seems like what I should do is honestly go to Medhaven and produce supplies.
Okay.
And then I can either go back to Istanbul and drop them off. I could even drop off just a couple, or I can hand them to somebody else.
I think Istanbul.
Or hand them to... Who's blue? Tony?
Well, I wouldn't worry about me right now.
Alright.
I can always... Jacksonville's probably not going to get hammered too much for a while.
Okay.
So protecting Istanbul seems like the smarter deal.
Alright.
So, does anybody want cubes right now? Do you think you're going to be using your teleporting for cubes, or do you think you're just
Yeah,
gonna...
I think I want. But let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So if you get me any amount of cubes you can, I can port to Legos.
How many actions do you have left?
1, 2, 3. So I have... It doesn't matter, because this is how many cubes I'm going to drop off, or whatever.
If you drop off 2 in Istanbul, they should be good.
Yeah, that'll protect it.
And then here's a cube. Alright, so now I need to... Those... Rush into vent, move 1 pawn to any location, and I also got London.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
So New York and Tripoli.
New York and Tripoli. Okay. So currently we have 5 blue cards out on the board.
Right.
Yep.
So we should
We're getting there.
We should load up Tony.
Yeah, well, we have to share the location, which makes it difficult.
Right, where are you?
I'm in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And you have the Washington card, so...
Does anybody have any Jacksonvilles?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So, I guess head to Washington on your next turn, and we'll start getting cards to you.
That might work.
Who else? What do you have over there?
I have New York and London.
New York and London.
All I need to do is get 2 of these cards.
Shit, I miscalculated.
Why?
1 action off.
Oh, you still
Oh.
have 1 to go?
No.
No.
I need 5 actions.
Oh.
I have 4.
Oh.
Hell no.
Is this bad enough that we should use this for it, or...
No, because the Legos is going to get hit twice, and it's got 2 cubes.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Plus that nasty epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville's already been tripped, so we are good there.
Cairo's got 3 right now. If we could get 4 on there, that would be ideal.
Cairo's going to get hit twice.
Yeah.
We're fine there.
Well, 4th would protect it for a little longer would be the nice thing.
So for 2 moves, I'm going to go to North Haven.
Okay.
My 3rd action, I'm going to produce supplies.
That gives you 3. That was your 3rd action.
Yep. And for my 4th, Halifax. You got 2 yellows. You got more.
And where are you right now?
North Haven.
Okay. Nicole, you're in Istanbul.
Ooh, that might work. Oh, never mind. That's for later.
I can hand off an Istanbul to somebody or a Cairo to somebody.
Alright, so I'm just going to teleport to Lagos.
Okay, for your last action.
Yep. Washington and Istanbul.
Ah.
Okay, that's 3 Istanbuls on the table.
London gets it. Cairo gets
Cairo
it.
gets it.
Okay.
So we know it's going to be Lagos and Cairo.
Okay, so where's Jeremy hiding out at?
He's in Cairo.
Oh shit, you're nowhere near Washington.
It's fine. I can move myself to you as an action, and then move to Washington.
Well, no. What I'm thinking is we might end up using the airlift to get you to Washington at the end of your turn, and then I can just sweep in and grab the card.
Okay, that works too.
But ideally I'd have both cards. But
So you got 2 actions to do before you teleport. Well, teleport's 1, move is the other. So yeah, you got 2 actions.
Well, if someone's airlifting me, then I have 4.
Why waste the airlift when
Yeah.
we don't need to? It's my
Oh, good
when
point.
you have the dispatcher skill.
Right.
what's the
So-
dispatcher skill do?
He can teleport himself to you in
Alright.
He
Jacksonville.
can teleport anybody
Oh,
to any other
yes.
pawn.
So I have an Istanbul card. Do you want it?
I don't know. Right now you've got 2 black cards,
Okay.
and I've, yeah,
You have a Cairo, but I can't move you to me and then move me somewhere else.
yeah.
Oh, you
that
can
is
only do
true.
that once
I can
per
do it
round.
once per turn.
Okay.
So I guess we'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure we get that Washington Supply Center going. Make some cubes or something.
So I can teleport, make a cube, drop a cube, and then move.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so move me to Tony. Put a cube on that space,
So that's 2, 3
and then move me to Washington.
for 4. Okay, take 2 cards.
All right.
Hopefully you get another Washington.
Jacksonville, Tripoli.
Damn it.
So I'm getting ready for a supply center in that area.
Hey, Cairo.
Oof.
Big surprise.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
And the next one's Lagos.
No.
No, that was it.
No, no,
Well,
That's
it
it.
might be.
Okay.
We
That's
don't know.
no, one more Lagos and then unknown.
Yep.
I mean, if we were counting better, we'd know. But I'm sure it's not another. We haven't seen 3 of any card.
Okay.
And-
Yeah, we have.
Have we? What did we
Cairo.
see 3 of?
Cairo.
Cairo?
Okay.
Alright.
Unfortunately, this means I can't get the 4 this round, which is unfortunate.
Without an airlift.
Good point. But that'll
Fair.
fuck Lagos.
Well, the airload won't do much for you anyway.
Yeah, it would. If we airlifted you, I could finish Washington this round. No, wait.
No, you could.
No, I couldn't. I don't have enough supplies.
Oh, move. Oh, yeah, you'd have to have supplies too. So you should at least take mine so that I can go back to
Yeah,
Whatever
I'm
you
planning
do.
to do so.
back to Europe.
Then what I'm going to do is produce 2, just so I'm prepared.
Mhm.
Move here for 3 and take your card for 4.
Oops.
Let's see. Yep. Unfortunately, this is going to overload me. Somewhat in the good way. Around late, but I'll take it. I have 1 too many cards.
I'd get rid of the black.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good point, because I might be able to quickly build yellow.
There's the last one, Lagos and Washington.
Okay, Nicole.
So Lagos is safe until an epidemic happens.
No, there's
No?
still 1 more card in
There's
that
one
deck.
more? Oh man. Okay, I thought we saw
Same
them
with
all.
Cairo.
Yep.
It's just we don't know where it is now.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So if you build the supply center, then the next turn I may be able to pull your Washington and then recon the location.
Oh,
And just get it done with.
Yeah.
that would rock.
So do whatever you got to wind up where you need to be.
Yeah. It's a bit of a pain, though.
Because you need 3 cards to recon, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
She needs 1 more blue.
The problem is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I want to end up in Washington, then I don't do anything else to start.
Right.
I think we can wait to recon if we need to protect a little bit.
Yeah.
And Cairo and Lagos both need more protection. That's the big one.
Oh, I'm not helping with Lagos. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That'll keep it protected for 1 more epidemic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just have to hope Lagos don't get hit.
Istanbul and Sao Paulo. So that maxes me out on cards.
Tripoli,
You only have 8.
Istanbul.
Or, sorry, 6.
No. Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, so
Alright, so action 1, I'm going to deliver supplies.
Woohoo, you made it!
Did you want to, like, grab one and deliver,
Yeah.
or did you want to just...
Because you can do your grab deliver and get a 5th down there if you want. For 1 action.
Unless you were
Yeah.
planning on grabbing and delivering somewhere else.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
So that's fine for a while. Cairo is good. Istanbul sketchy. Who's got Istanbul cards?
I have 1 Istanbul
I have an
card.
Istanbul.
And we need 5 for another center, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
So if I can wind up in Istanbul, you can grab my 2 Istanbuls,
Mm-hmm.
and we can build that second supply center.
Okay, that
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
good.
that'd work.
All
That
right.
works for me.
So I got 3 actions left.
That'll get you there.
That will put me into Istanbul.
All right.
It's going to be an epidemic. No,
Woohoo!
Tripoli in New York. Shoot, we wanted me to be in Washington.
No, we don't need that. Because I have 4 cards.
Just
No,
don't. Yeah.
we
Don't.
wanted me in
For
Washington.
Wakan.
Oh, no, but we can always airlift you there.
Why waste an airlift when we don't need to?
Yes, but
Because we can airlift me to Istanbul.
Mm.
That way I'm not getting...
Yeah, you're in
But
the-
Jeremy's
so it's my turn
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, so
I can build a supply center this turn if I understand. If I'm not failing at
All right.
rules.
You are.
Not. So
2 epidemics. Or
Two.
not epidemics, that'd be bad.
2 location cards: Sao Paulo, Istanbul.
Woo! Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You may be placing some resources too.
I can't do all of that on this
Yeah,
turn.
I know. Just
All right. So I will move myself to Rico.
That's 1.
Not me.
No, I'm the pink one. I'm Pink Ranger. There we go. And then I take 2 actions to take 2 Istanbul cards from you. And for my 4th and final action for this turn, I will build a supply center.
woohoo!
Now, hold on.
Yes.
Do we want to build? Or do we want to protect? Because there's
I
2
can't-
people in here that will be 2 scars.
I would
if we fall.
I would protect. What I would do
I
is
can't produce and drop.
no. I would not take. Whoa, but you're gonna leave.
Take 1.
Take 1.
Take 1, and then you'll have to give me 1 on your turn.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I can take 1 and drop 1.
Or actually, take 2 and drop both.
Then he'll need.
That's eating both of his
Oh,
actions.
good point.
That
yeah.
that means that we don't get a supply center until my turn. We're going at another round.
Well, no, yeah.
So we have.
We're gonna have to wait
It
another round
is
anyways.
not a good time to gamble when there's 2 people there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would just not take the 2 cards from Rico and let him hand those off
All
to
right.
you.
All right. Then put 2 cubes there instead.
Better move.
Yeah. Okay, draw your 2 cards.
Hell, you might get an Istanbul here.
I get to produce supplies,
Oh, that's actually nice.
and 2 players can swap 1 player card from their hands.
So,
Ooh.
so we got
That's 7 cards.
7 cards. So we can
Play
get
that right now to swap Nicole.
that
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We can give her my Washington.
And then you can just take an Istanbul from him and build it.
Yep. Cairo. Wait. And
London.
Why wait?
White.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said wait. I was like, oh shit.
And you're up, Tony.
Oh, I'm up?
So we're going to be looking at epidemic here pretty quick.
Build.
Yeah. Okay, so first action, I'm going to build a research center. Or, yeah. And I spend 2 cubes and 4 cards.
All right.
And we have built one new supply center.
Actually, pretty close to getting all of them.
Mm-hmm. Biggest problem is getting me to Washington, though I think I may airlift myself.
Yeah, just airlift yourself.
Yeah.
Past that point.
You're going to come to Washington?
Yeah.
Then I might, based on how things go, need you to swing down to Sao Paulo after that. So that was my first action.
You can get down to Sao Paulo.
Yes, but I want to protect on the way. And I just need to be in Sao Paulo next turn. So what I'm thinking is second action, third, and reinforce Jacksonville.
Okay.
Does that seem good, or should I be heading more towards Sao Paulo to reinforce it?
I think it's fine.
I think it's fine because it's a crapshoot the other way.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get pulled.
Okay.
And I'm still going to need more resources anyways, but we can figure that out.
We might get right here, so who knows.
Yep. And maybe get a yellow. Oh, epidemic, but I got to produce supplies.
Moving the track.
Yeah, up to 3.
London.
Oh, that sucks.
Bye, London.
That sucks.
Well, we're out of mitigations, so.
But if there's an outbreak in London, I can remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. And that's going to be hard for anybody to get to fill up.
I can 1, 2, 3 produce.
Lego. Sao Paulo.
Tripoli.
Alright. So it's my turn.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think
Yeah,
that we need to
airlift. Yep, airlift, and let's get the
So that's
recon
one.
done.
no, it's not 1.
Oh, it isn't?
It's
It
free.
doesn't cost an action.
Nice.
So then I recon with my New York, London, and Washington cards.
Woohoo!
So recon with any 3 blue cards from a supply center here. Open up package 1.
Ooh, our first real box.
Yeah, first box.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We do it occasionally, but don't keep going for too
Yeah.
long. It adds a nice effect to the microphone. It becomes overwhelming quickly.
Okay.
Any more tokens? Nope.
Alright, this package includes 20 cards and 1 sticker card. Oh, that's interesting. It started here in North America. After CODA, there was chaos. Then the plague hit. The world could not handle back-to-back pandemics. We need to reconnect our supply lines. We need to be on the lookout for any sign of other havens. We need to find more supplies. Perhaps our leaders went here? Choose your questions. Read both sides of this card and then keep it in the reserve. Right now, open the following doors if you have not done so already.
Passing me out, pop them for you.
66.
Ooh, oh, that's a big ass door.
It's probably a sticker for the board.
Yes, it is. Oh, wow.
North America, no?
No more. That's a big ass sticker. So this is what we got. North America and pretty much the rest of North America. But I was thinking all blue. But we got 6 new locations.
You have connected a new city, Chicago.
Yeah, no connections to the rest.
Alright, well then you're up.
No, he's still got a bunch
No,
of...
you're up.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Don't screw up!
How do we?
Don't screw up!
Okay, we need to slide this stuff off.
Don't forget where they were.
I'm about to cover up Jacksonville. That seems wrong.
That
Okay,
looks
I see.
right. Maybe?
Look at the lines.
Yeah, that looks right.
Just look
Yeah.
at the grid lines.
That's what I'm doing. Okay, that looks good. A little bit curved. Looks like it also fits on the board piece, so there we go.
No pressure. It's only permanent.
Yeah, I know. Good enough. There we go.
Okay, J. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's mostly lined up. J?
Yep.
It looks like card size. Add this sticker to the manual. Establish supply line. Spend 2 supply cubes from your character card to draw a supply line from the center of your city to the center of another city. Use a pen or a marker. This line must be straight and cannot cross water. Unexplored areas, another city, or another supply line. When you connect a city to the grid with a supply line, take the matching city cards from the reserve and put them into the player discard pile. Take the matching infection cards and put them into the game end area. You cannot do the sail action or charter boat action along a supply line.
So I think the important thing is supply lines cannot cross other supply lines.
Yes, I was already thinking of that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to be really careful how we draw these fuckers. So that's how we connect up that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crossing lines might be good.
What?
Crossing lines might be good.
You can't cross
You
lines.
can't cross the streams.
Oh.
It said explicitly you can't cross lines.
Crossing streams is
All
bad.
right, 23.
Okay. 23. Another relatively card-shaped.
Looks more sticker shaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
for our cards.
It's for our cards. It's the supply line actions. So I'll take these and pass them around. They go onto the back of the new actions area.
Oh, interesting.
Boats can't travel over land. I fucking love
They
that.
sure can.
As long as they're on the back of a fucking truck.
Even then, it's optional.
Some timber will get the job done.
Reminds me of something from my past,
Which ones
actually.
you guys doing?
Huh?
Which ones you guys doing?
Oh, I did on the back of this one.
The first one or the second? Of the actions or the
I did it on the back of
continuing
the second one. Oh well.
Oh well.
action? Oh well.
L.
L. Search. Remember that from the first game?
Mm-hmm.
Scratch off one box on a city card in your hand and read its instructions. Keep the card in your hand. You must be in the city matching the card you scratch off to do this action. If you reveal a companion, their power works for this and future games.
Wait, cities have a scratch off?
The new ones probably will.
Yeah.
If you reveal a companion, their power works for this and future games. Otherwise, do the effect shown by the search immediately. It has no further effect in this or any future game.
Does that one go on the board?
No.
Nope,
That
rulebook.
one goes in the rule book. And then the next one will probably be more.
Be another new action.
39.
Another sticker. Looks like action sticker, yes.
Congratulations, you're doing well. Let's add more rules.
Yep, pretty much.
That's a legacy game in a nutshell.
Search actions. Search stickers for everybody.
Alright, you have connected a new city, Chicago. Add the player cards for Chicago to the player discard pile. Unsurprisingly. Oh, that's...
Chicago does have a scratch off.
There's another... Like, on the top of the deck is an unrationed event. Ah, there. Okay. Alright, so here's the 2 cards for Chicago.
No, one of them has a scratch off, the other does not.
Okay, and then here are the Chicago cards. Go into the game end area. Add the infection cards for Chicago to the game end area. Put the other player and infection cards included in this package into the reserve.
Oh, so that's as we actually find the places we add them, or connect up.
Finally, give the decontamination kit unrationed event to a player to add to their hands. Remove all play cubes from one location on the grid. Destroy this card after use.
Alright, so I'm about to be empty. You're damn near empty. Right?
Yeah, you're damn near empty. You should probably hold on to it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we can play that at any time. So we
Yeah,
got,
but it's
we
a
got
destroy.
2, and we got 2.
Any
Alright.
more?
That is it for this card.
Okay,
There's more to do there, right?
No,
That was
that's
it? Alright.
there we go. She all done.
No, is she? Are you? You got more turns, right?
That was the recon. So that
That's
was
second action.
that was my first action
Yeah.
because I just moved
Oh,
there
with the
and
airlift.
did the recon.
Right, so you
So
got
that was
3
my
more.
first action. So I've got 3 more actions.
Ooh.
See, I would.
So we
My
don't have to
recommend-
worry about Chicago.
My
at
recommendation is start heading to Sao Paulo.
I would. Yeah, you have 3 actions left, right?
Least. Yes.
Get there, because then I can build next turn, possibly. 1, 2. Shit, I need cubes to build their next turn.
So the only way that I'm giving you cubes is by staying in Washington and then handing you shit.
I can move you there on my turn, and then you can just produce 2 cubes. And...
Yes, that'll work.
Okay. You'll need me in Sao Paulo.
Yes, because I need to produce 2 cubes, take your card, build research.
So someone needs to go administer supplies to London.
I have Lagos and New York. So New York is free at this point. We don't care.
Istanbul for 1.
London.
Gets a cube.
Alright.
Wow, wow, wow.
And London gets another cube.
For fuck's sake.
At any time, I can remove those 2 cubes.
I would do that, sir.
Well, actually, let's not remove it yet.
Right.
We remove those right before we end the game.
Right.
In
That is also
case a 3rd cube appears.
That is also my thought. Well, I can only remove up to 2.
Oh.
Yeah. Mine is the only one that removes all plague locations.
Right.
So
That's the only one right now. I would actually get rid of it.
Alright.
Because what happens when we draw 3 and we get an outbreak?
Oh.
Good point.
Let's protect against the
Okay,
outbreak.
good point.
Let's do it now. Wah, wah.
Okay, Rico.
Alright, so
Get to
You
London.
definitely need to build.
no, I don't. I'm not going to London. For my first action, I am grabbing your Istanbul.
Alright. Yes, I see what you're doing.
For my second action, I am going to build a supply center with my 5 black cards.
Alright, 1 more, and that's all we need.
Yep, which will happen on my turn.
right. If you complete it but lose, it counts as complete. Okay. So
Hold
I
on
don't
a
think we
second.
group it up.
We already lost 1.
So,
That's if you
supply
get it on the
centers.
first
Yeah.
one.
what do they do
counts
at the end of the game?
They will counteract a plague token.
No, they won't.
They
They'll
increase population.
They'll increase
Oh,
population.
they increase population and counteract a plague token.
Okay, so for my second action,
Cairo.
I'm going to move to, this is mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Cairo. For my third action, I'm going to build it in Cairo
Because that protects Cairo.
because it's an
Yeah.
exploration area.
Makes sense.
And for my fourth action, I will actually go to Tripoli. Slowly make my way to a med center.
No.
Ration event. Move
1
1 or 2 copies of a specific city to the infection discard pile. Okay, and there it is.
So
I would dump
the
London.
first thing I'd do is get London out of the discard pile.
Well, first things
Well,
first,
actually,
let's see what's going to
yeah.
be popping.
Washington.
Why'd you do... Oh, epidemic.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so we want to get rid of 2 copies, because I can only play this between step 2 and step 3 of an epidemic.
So that would be right now.
Yep, so that was step 2.
So we get rid of London because Washington will be counteracted by the supply center. So it won't go down.
There
in
is no
pop.
Washington.
There will
might
be.
There. Oh yeah, you're right.
So I'm getting rid of
2
2
Londons.
Londons.
Yep.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
That's all right. I mean, Tony's gonna win this on his turn, though, right?
Yeah, but we gotta get to my turn.
We'll get there.
Without anything horrible going wrong.
I
Alright,
think
here
we
we
got
go.
it. We got it.
3.
Sao Paulo. Istanbul. Tripoli.
And 1 cube left there. Okay.
Your turn,
Okay.
Mr. Jeremy.
So London is safe.
Yes.
First, teleport me to Sao Paulo so
Well,
we
I
know.
just-
he's
everything.
just let him go through his thinking.
So
here.
London is safe. What's in danger? Washington?
I don't remember what was in the deck. Washington.
Washington is in danger, correct.
Yes.
I can't save Washington. I'm too far away.
It will not decrease in pop. It would get a plague cube, which would stop it from increasing.
All right. So what other positives can I do other than move Tony? Like what's most
I
important?
don't know if Tripoli or Istanbul is at risk.
What's most important to fortify?
One of those possibly.
Well, that would have fortified Istanbul, because Tripoli wasn't a double.
Oh, wasn't?
But
Okay.
we are drawing 3, so I don't know after the first 2 or whatever it is.
I could produce supplies at the supply center, but it's already got 2 in it, so that seems like.
Oh, you can produce supply. Oh, yeah.
I have a produce supply card. I could produce at the Haven. I don't think it matters.
No, I would just drop a supply or 2 where you currently are.
Okay. So I can go 1, 2, drop for 3, and for 4, move Tony.
Yep.
Alright. New York, Washington, Lagos, and Washington,
which gets a cube,
wah, wah,
but that counteracts.
and Cairo. Woo!
Okay. So now my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will take Sao Paulo from Nicole for 1. I will produce twice for 2 and 3. And then I will do my thing, spending 2 supply cubes and 4 cards to build a research center.
Supply center.
Supply center, sorry.
And then we have completed both of our objectives and win the game.
Woohoo!
Go us.
That went better.
That would have been so Washington would have got another cube. Cairo would have lost it. And Jacksonville. So yeah, we were fine.
Yeah, we were fine for another round or so.
Okay, well, yay, go us. Alright, so, here's the menu. Okay. So, game end steps. Where's the, okay.
Adjust population.
This is setup. Yeah, so, okay. So, for each location that has at least 1 plague cube, decrease that location's population by 1. For each city that has a supply center, increase that city's population by 1. If a location's population would decrease and increase by 1, its population stays the same.
Alright, so we need
Don't waste
2.
your stickers.
So
Yeah.
Washington is negate.
So we just need a 4 and a 4.
Got it. Different 4 sticker decided to come off than what I wanted to grab, but I'll take it.
Alright. The top of the Legacy deck is draw this card and read the other side during step 2 of the setup in your first game in February. Resolve cards in the end game end area. If there are any infection cards in this area, add them to the infection deck. Review all turning point cards in the game end area.
Negative. It states if there is at least 1 city with 0 population, open Alpha 12 and destroy this card.
Alright.
Or A and 12, my fault.
Spend production units. Win or lose, you choose upgrades at the end of each game based on the numbers of cities on the grid. So currently there are 10 cities on the grid
So
now.
we still got 3 points.
Do they have to be connected with a
Yes.
supply
Yes.
line to be considered on the grid?
Yes.
Yep.
They are not on the grid if they are not connected by a supply line.
Okay.
Chicago's connected
Okay.
now.
That's 10.
5.
That's 10 because we start with 9.
Plus, we get 1 bonus if we won the game.
You get an additional unit if you won the game. That's not a number of cities. So the game end, the cities on the grid is 10. So that we start with 3
Three,
production
then we
units,
get
and
4.
then we get 4 total.
Oh, okay, that's how it works.
Your sticker is coming off, by the
Oh,
way.
shit.
So now we can spend character abilities, infection card improvements, and population.
Okay, so we're done with the board, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Alright.
So we have same ones as we had before to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Cards, if you could.
yes. There you go, Chief. So, what do you guys remember the upgrades, or want me to go through them again?
I vaguely remember them.
Okay, I'll go through them. Okay, so we can spend 3 for helmsmen.
Starting with how many points do we have? 4?
We have
4.
Okay.
We can spend 3 or 1 to increase a population by 1.
Okay.
We can spend 3 for helmsmen. You may do a free drive or ferry action each turn, so it's like having an extra action.
Not bad.
Architect. You may do the build supply center action with 1 fewer card. We were talking that could be useful, but we maybe wanted more characters first.
Yeah.
Supplier. Once on your turn as an action, move a supply cube from the stockpile to a city matching a card in your hand. You do not discard the card.
That sounds really useful.
Courier. When you do the deliver supply action, you may put supply cubes into 1 adjacent location instead of your current location.
That also sounds useful.
Now for 2 points.
Okay, quick. So that would be useful for the person that can produce and drop as part of the same action.
Yeah.
You can produce and then drop anywhere 1 adjacent.
Yeah.
That seems like That's powerful.
For 2 points, we have Coordinator. As a free action, you move a pawn to your location if it is in an adjacent location. That's to save somebody who might get infected or get a scar.
Yeah.
Broker. As an action, discard a city card to take a card of the same color from the player discard pile. Oh, so you can swap your card for a different one of that color.
Right.
So if you teleported.
So if you're in
you get it back
Washington
for
and you need a Washington out of the
Yep.
discard pile, you could swap it out.
Or if you're trying to hand off a card to somebody, you can get one that's easier to hand off and stuff.
So far, I'm thinking about the one that drops your cube off to an adjacent space.
For 1 point, increase your hand size by one. Whoopsie.
That's a 1 point.
Yeah. 2 points. These are city improvements. These would go on to the city cards. Infrastructure. 2 points. This card counts as 3 cards of its color for a build supply center action.
We could set up our next. Well, the question is, what do you think our next exploration is?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet because we don't know what the objectives are.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we were going to have to guess, though,
It's going to be.
it's either this or this.
Yeah.
Because either of those would make sense, because we can now do this one
Actually,
theoretically.
I would actually think it's going to be South America
Because
Yeah, that wouldn't
it's random.
surprise me, but
because it's not lettered like that one is.
Yep.
And B, we know it started out in
So
North America.
if we were to metagame, we could set up Sao Paulo to get a supply center more quickly.
How?
That card.
Oh, yeah. The counts as 3, but it's only 1 card in that full deck.
1 card out of 3. Right?
Now, alternatively, there is a 1-point card that makes cards count as 2. We could dump those on yellows. And then we could possibly put more, which increases our odds of drawing it.
Okay.
Then, last but not least, you have Lockdown, which is interesting, for 1 point. You put this on an infection card. If this card is in the infection discard pile, any player may discard a player card, so any player card, to destroy this card. Meaning we permanently eliminate that card from ever being the infection card at all from the infection deck.
I feel like we use that when we have a risk area, and I haven't identified one yet.
That would have came in handy last game.
Yeah.
Not last game, but last season.
So once we've identified.
Last season.
Once we've identified a risk area, then that becomes more useful.
So what are you guys feeling?
How much was the adjacent one?
That's
3.
Okay.
I mean, we could say 3 for that, and then 1. I mean, we could put 1 on a Sao Paulo card, but I don't know. I'm not sold on that. But I do like the idea of being able to drop cubes on adjacent spaces.
That and the 1 fewer cards to build supply centers both sound very good to me. Or even, I mean, honestly, even the free drive ferry action for somebody, that's an extra movement
So
action
what's a
every
good
turn.
1 point? Because the adjacent card's a 3.
I would say for a good 1 point, I would probably do a foundation, or I would increase either Center Haven or Lagos back up to 3. One of those 2.
I think population increase is probably a good idea.
Yeah. Pop increase on behind.
Probably Lagos.
Yep.
Okay, so which one are we going to do of the 3-pointers?
Adjacent squares.
I mean, we could go for broke and do the reduce the cost by 1. And put it on Tony's character.
Oh, and drop me down to 3.
I think spread it around.
But I'd rather hold on to that until we unlock some new classes.
That's kind of how I'm still feeling. Spread it around with a new class.
Yeah.
Somebody who has ability to get cards better than I do.
Yeah. But putting, all right, I mean, my pitch is...
But there is only takes me 3 cards.
Yeah.
I could just ram through
Right.
supply centers quick.
My pitch still is for the adjacent one to go on. I think it's Rico's card because he can pick up and drop as the same action.
Yeah. I overall agree. The only thing I'm going to point out is, like we were running into last time, this one's going to be even harder. It needs 4 cards.
Right.
And we have to probably put a supply center there to do the recon there.
Right.
So we're running into the issue there of that means
So hold on.
it'll get easier
if
if we connect these cities in.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
you
So
said there was 1-pointers that will be count for 2 for 1s on cities.
Yes,
How many 1-pointers are there?
4.
We could spend 2 of those
So if we
and then a
let's
2-point
say
ability.
let's say we reinforce this for 1 point.
Mhm.
Reinforce this for 1 point. That way we can actually make a worthwhile under production card.
Yep.
And then we do 2 points. 2 out of 3 San Paulo cards.
That could work.
I think I like that idea.
So if it's 2 out of 3.
Do you have any ideas, Nicole?
No. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, I actually like that idea.
Or
I
we
mean-
can just increase population, hit all 3 San Paulos.
Well, it doesn't have to be Sao Paulo.
I don't
it
want
could be any yellows.
I don't want to spend them all on the next.
I wouldn't
next
put them
one,
all on the same city.
because we're gonna want some for the future, explorers as well. I think 2 is fine because that gives us 2
Sure.
more, and that still gives us the bigger one as well.
But do we want to do both pop increases?
I think so.
Yeah.
You do?
At least on Lagos.
The other thing is that.
Oh, those are only 2 in there.
Yeah, these are bad.
I would rather do
population-wise.
Lagos and Chicago.
It's hard to say. Well, Chicago's definitely going to start getting slammed immediately because it's already in the deck. Now, there's only 2 cards for the infection deck for Chicago,
Yes.
so it's also less likely to be hit, relatively
So
speaking.
1 more point and we're good. Semi-guaranteed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I was just looking at this. No, we can build a line from Jacksonville to Chicago.
No, we
and
can't.
No, because it is.
It crosses an unexplored area.
Yeah, we'd have to go through.
You can connect to Atlanta and you can collect Atlanta, but trying to connect to this would go through that blue area, which
No, it
is
wouldn't.
considered.
You can go through the
unexplored.
yellow around it.
No,
it
you
has,
can't.
It has to be a straight line.
Oh, it has to be a
From
straight.
center to center.
From center
my
to
friend.
center.
Oh,
straight.
I missed the center to
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the center to center. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no,
So-
you can't, like.
Until we get more stickers, we can't even go from Jacksonville to Mexico City. Well, Mexico is landlocked anyway.
Yeah,
But
we have to go all the way up to Denver and down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, Atlanta's sort of risky because once we add it to the grid, it's a low pop location.
oh,
It's only
that's where it blew up.
You think so?
Well, they're saying it blew up in the CDC Atlanta is where
Oh,
it
yeah.
started for season 2, even though we know it was in India.
Hmm.
Okay, so do we want to do the 2 foundations and the 2 pop increases?
I say yeah.
I think that works for me.
Sure.
Okay, let's do a foundation on Lagos and 1 on Sao Paulo. Just spread the love.
Why?
Because we don't know if they're going to remove some of those city cards eventually. So I don't want to put them all on one version of it.
I mean, if I were to guess to what's up next, I would guess that Sao Paulo is going to be next.
Yeah, I got no
And we've got
problems
four-
putting them on.
We've got 4 of those
2
1-point
different
cards.
Sao Paulos.
We can always put
Because
No.
if we get two of these Sao Paulo cards to you, that's 4 right there.
right.
Yes, but my concern is, what if they start telling us to remove Sao Paulo cards from the deck to get us down to like 1 of each city card eventually? Then we're going to lose one of those.
Well, at that point, who gives a
Well,
fuck? I mean,
That's a big what if.
Yeah,
that
it is a big what if, but I noticed
Anytime
like
we do
Chicago,
that-
they only had
How
anytime
many
we're
Sao
doing
Paulo
this.
cards are there in the
3.
deck?
3.
Okay.
So
But I know
I-
there's
I-
only 2 Chicago.
Yeah.
So I could see them, they're going to shrink this deck eventually. And I think they're going to have us remove some cities. So I'd rather spread it out on 2 different locations, because we're also going to eventually have to do Lagos going out anyways.
Right, but that
And this is only for building the research center.
Right.
It doesn't matter what card you use.
Right.
It's not like you need the Sao Paulo card.
but there are 9 yellow cards currently in the deck.
Correct.
Is there really only 9?
Yes.
Mhm.
It seems like
3 of each.
okay. 3 of each. So 3
There
of
are
each,
now 11 blues.
3 of each city times 10 cities.
No, Chicago you can't count because that was
Right,
yeah,
or
2.
times 9. So 3 of each city times 9 cities is 27 cards.
Plus the 2 for Chicago, so
Yep.
29.
That seems to be more than that many cards in the deck.
Well, there's
There
other...
is
Yeah.
ration.
There's
Oh,
ration
okay.
cards,
Produce,
so
okay.
produce cards. So.
So there's 9 yellow cards. We need 8 of them to
fully clear.
fully clear.
Well, unless
Normally we'd need all 9.
we get those 2, then we can cut that down to only needing 7. And if we use me, down to 6.
Okay. But a card on adding one of those to Lagos doesn't get us anything.
Yeah, it does. It's the same as putting it as on Sao Paulo for this purpose. It's identical.
How you need you don't need. No,
They don't have to match Sao Paulo.
Oh, they just need to be matching colors.
They just need to be
Yeah.
matching color. That's why I'm saying it doesn't.
Okay,
They don't have
right,
to.
right.
both
Otherwise,
Sao
we'd
Paulo.
be screwed, right?
Yeah. All right, I got it.
No, I mean there is a difference though. Hear me out.
Okay.
So if we got let's say he's got Lagos, I got Sao Paulo.
And you've got the bonus. Then I have
No,
to pick them up in
no.
2 cities.
I have to go to 2 different cities. I got waste an action. Whereas if they're both on Sao Paulo, you don't have to waste that action grabbing it from a different person.
Oh, yeah, I know. For grabbing it from multiple city, that is a trade-off. I do agree. I was thinking of that trade-off as well. That's the one negative. The positive is eventually we're going to have to deal with Lagos as well. And if they do, I'm making a gamble here that I think they're going to eventually make us drop these cards down to 1 each. I'm just betting that they're going to do that eventually.
Once there's enough cities on the board.
Yeah, I think they're going to drop it eventually down to just...
I think they're going to do the opposite. I think they're going to put more epidemic cards in.
There's some prognostication going on here. We have no idea.
Yeah, but I'm betting that those cities are going to get reduced.
Well, it is notable that right now there's no way for the infection level to get all the way to max.
No, but last game it was the same way. Last game was the same way, and eventually, in the later months, they had to start further up the infection track. That's what it did to do that. It never added more epidemic cards.
Well, that was last game.
Yes, I agree. This one's already a lot different. But I'm just betting they're going to reduce us down to 1 of each city card, and I'd hate for us to lose a bonus that we put on 1.
I don't think it's going to matter that much.
I don't think it's going to matter either. I'd rather hedge our bets for the short term in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've noticed every time we try to play in long term,
we get fucked.
We get screwed. It doesn't work out. So we just keep planning for the short term.
Okay. I'll let you put them on since I fucked that up last time.
You did okay with
Season
that.
1, I totally misaligned the city cards.
Oh god, that was funny.
Here's number 2, and then we want a 1 on an increase on Lagos and Chicago, correct?
Correct.
Here's 1 for Chicago. Yeah, that's one of the great things about going live. Somebody's probably already played through all this and already is going, oh, listen to this person, listen to this person.
All right, so the only way you can search Chicago is if you get the scratch off one. That's
Yeah.
a note.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, there's only 1 scratch off of the 2 in Chicago.
It needs to be the scratch off one for you to search.
Oh, and you
Yeah.
have to be in Chicago.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So whoever gets Chicago should run there or scratch that.
Whoever
fucker.
gets the scratch off Chicago should get there as soon as they can.
Now, do we want to plan to do any lines over there at all? Start
I
hooking
think
up
we
other
gotta
shit?
start hooking things into the grid. At
Yeah,
least like
Because
I'm
At least
sure
Denver.
I'm sure that our next objective is
more
going to have to
points
involve
we
connecting
get.
supply
Oh,
lines.
yeah.
yeah.
one more city on the grid.
We
will
get
put
one
us-
more point.
We get one
So
more.
we need to at least hook up either Atlanta or Denver.
Yeah.
One of those two.
And all it does is cost 2 supply cubes.
Yes.
So,
That's not too bad.
I mean, we can do both if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We can go
And we can
Jacksonville to Atlanta, and we can do Chicago to Denver.
and we can preload a bunch of cubes in Chicago, let Jeremy use his ability to jump somebody there and have him do it.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we got to connect cities. So,
Okay.
but a lot of that's still going to depend on next objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us. You can see we still get into healthy debates, which is good, but we actually won a game.
Yeah.
That's a bonus. Well,
Keep winning.
technically we won the prologue, but I don't count
That's
that.
not really a game.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. Unfortunately, due to a sequence of unfortunate events, it's going to be 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks until we play this again. So thank you very much for joining, and we'll be back in 4 weeks with our next session. Have a good one.